I hate videos. Now, you may be wondering, if I hate videos, what the heck am I doing here? Happy Wednesday, everyone. I am super excited to be here, spending a little bit of time with all of you. It is Wonder Women Wednesday, of course, and I am your host, Inga van Roy. I am recognized as a community connection catalyst. So, what does that mean? It means that I help you build your community so that you can make more friends and earn more money. If you need help with that, please reach out to me. Let's have a chat and let's see if I can help you. I am so dying to bring on my guests. I can see them in the green room. A few of my amazing circle. Oh, my heart is full, and we haven't even started talking yet. But today we are continuing the celebration for International Women's Month. And I'll be talking to some wonderful women about the word empowerment. So stick around. We're going to have an amazing conversation, and I hope that it's going to resonate with you. Actually, I'm sure it will. Drop us a comment. Let us know if you're watching live. And if you're catching a replay, please also drop us a comment. Let us know. We'd love to be able to acknowledge you and make you part of this conversation. Um, Thank you to our wonderful sponsors at Africa Up Online Radio. And if you don't know, I am actually live on radio right now. So pop over, especially at the end of this conversation, and come and listen in to the wrap up of today's show. Speaking of radio, I'm just playing a song. So I'm waiting for the song to end, and then I will be bringing on my wonderful guests and making you part of radio as well. So stick around. It's going to be an awesome conversation. I can promise you that. If you are listening on radio, that was Amanda Black, a South African sensational singer, and with the song Power. So I think it's time for me to bring on my first friend. Um, and now I don't know who to choose. You guys, okay, I'm gonna do it in reverse order. So let me say hello to you, Michelle.
Of course, and I'm sitting like this, and you're going, and you chose me. Great.
Yes.
Hey,
Hello. How
and
are
happy
you?
birthday. I'm fine.
You fine?
Actually, actually, I'm exhausted because I've been out all day with my husband and my son. But us women, we go, I'm fine. I'm empowered. So yeah, hunky
Oh
dory,
my
just
gosh.
fine here for you.
Thank you for being here, and
Of
thank you
course.
for coming and just being your real self.
What
I love
wouldn't miss
that.
it for the world?
I love that. Thank you. Michelle, won't you please tell everyone who is Michelle Quick?
Yeah. So there were some other women coming on the show too that has to have talking time too, right? So I'll try to keep it short. You know me.
Okay.
So the business version is that I'm a perspective coach, and what is that? I help women change their perspective with 1%, so that you can reach your dreams 100%. So it's
Mm,
only 1% that is needed. And I'm actually also working as a social worker with some of the sickest people in Denmark,
Mm.
nicest people, I would say. But I'm trying to help them get in a better place. And I'm a mom of a girl 17 and a boy 11. And my husband, I'm not a mom, not always for my husband. So, but he's about 50, turning 5. Hmm. So
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
and I'm from Denmark, about 45 minutes from Copenhagen.
Awesome. Thank
Mm,
you, Michelle.
you're
And
welcome.
thank you. Yeah. Mom of three, right?
Yeah, always. And 2 cats.
Let's, oh, let's say hello to Whitney. Hi, Whitney.
Hi, good afternoon. How
How
are
are
you?
you?
Doing pretty well.
I'm
Doing
well,
well.
thank you. Happy to have you here.
I'm excited to be here. It's been a while. It's always good to be back.
Yes. Yes, it's awesome to have you. Won't you please share with everyone who you are and what you do?
Yes. So my name is Whitney Koch. I live in the greater Houston area in Texas. I'm also a mom. My son is in kindergarten. I yeah, what else do I do? Professionally, I work for a digital marketing agency as an account manager and content writer, which is a lot of
Mm,
fun.
awesome. Thank you, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Let's say hello to Dr. Noopy.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I am super excited, super happy to be here. I'm literally doing this on my chair. Um,
Hmm,
Congratulations, Inga. It is amazing what you're doing. And I'm so
thank you.
proud of you. And it's an honor to be invited on. So thank you so much. Honestly, I've been so excited. I was ready, spread my time from clinics, and I was like, right, okay, ready to go.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have all of you. Won't you please share with everyone who you are and what you do?
Yes. So I am Dr. Nupi, aka the Glitter Practitioner. I'm a physician, family physician in the UK, a general practitioner, and I guess I'm known for spreading and sprinkling glitter. Because, as your daughter actually rightly says, Inga, glitter makes the world better.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So, I'm all about holistic care. I am passionate. I live and breathe this for myself, for my patients, for my clients. I'm also a transformation life coach, speaker, and I love nothing more than sharing with others truly how to tune into their whole self health needs, what they are, how to bring them back in alignment, how to keep them topped up, and
Mm,
truly have this endless fountain of glitter from within. And it's
mm,
magic. It truly is magical. I'm living proof. My patients, the communities I've worked with are living proof. I am a huge advocate for women, children, vulnerable women and children, specifically in families. I've done a lot
mm,
of work and led in areas of child safeguarding, domestic abuse, trauma informed care. And oh, I'm tingling now. I've got my angel kisses are going off big time because truly it takes not very much to hold space. And I'm passionate about what I do because it really can and does help somebody else really
mm,
change their trajectories. And it's not just
mm,
that one person, it is the
mhm.
glitter effect, it's the ripple effect of impacting their own families and then further on communities. And before you know it, you've got sprinklings of glitter everywhere. You've been
Right?
glitterified, basically. And it goes down to the basics of connecting with your heart, and that's why I'm tingling, because it is
I
all
love
about
that.
serving others, but looking after your needs first as well, and then
Mm,
bringing it
mhm,
out to others. So that's me in a
mm,
nutshell.
mm. I can see everybody's nodding. Um, Glitter brings me joy, except when I have to clean it out of a carpet.
No, don't clean it out. It looks pretty. It just looks
Ah!
no, it looks beautiful. It's just always twinkling away. You should see my bedroom, seriously.
I can just imagine. Speaking of joy, let me bring another Wonder Woman on to join the conversation. Hello, Yvette Walker.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here. Congratulations, Inga.
Thank you. I'm so happy to have you, Yvette. Won't you please introduce yourself? Let everyone know who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. You know, and I just ran here from work, so I'm going to take off my work tag. Um, I'm a journalist, but what I might be known for, from what you're talking about, is a spreader of joy. I have a ministry and a podcast called Positively Joy. And
Mm,
it is an effort to help women understand that you can, you think you can be going just fine through life, but you feel something missing, you feel empty. And
mm,
there's a certain kind of joy that I talk about on my podcast and in my ministry, that is joy that comes from my my God, my spiritual creator. Uh, Joy is not a feeling, it's faith.
mm,
You don't
mhm,
have to be happy all the time, because we're not going to be happy all the time. That's impossible. But we can be filled with joy, peace, and feel complete when we understand that we do have a loving God who is faithful and who is with us always. And so that
mhm,
is the message that I share, to help people understand, help Christian women in particular, but really anybody understand that joy is not necessarily what you think it is, but it can be a feeling of completion, a feeling of peace, even
mm,
no matter what season you're walking through, even in a season of
mhm,
difficulties.
mm.
And so I am a
Love.
podcaster and I am an author. I've written 2 devotionals. I've written a journal to help you find joy. And I just came out with a new novel that may sound off brand, but it's a murder mystery, but it is with a Christian reporter who
Mhm.
is going back to her scene of her first big crime, which was a serial killer, and she faces her own spiritual concerns in the novel, and it's called 60, the number 60, and it's on Amazon.
Interesting. I love that, Yvette. Uh, I think I shared with you before. I was actually part of a panel discussion where we spoke about the difference between happiness and joy.
Mhm.
And something that I pointed out is that happiness depends on what's outside of you, but joy
Yes.
is within you,
And
right?
it is a
So,
choice, isn't it? It is a choice,
yes,
even when you're facing something difficult, to choose to look at what's inside you. I say to choose the
right?
joy. And I know, and
Mm,
I'm careful to say that I don't want to be flippant, because there are people in a lot of serious, even scary and dangerous situations. But there can be an inner choice that you make,
mm,
which may lead to an action, may lead to an external action, but it does start on the inside, doesn't it?
absolutely. I love that. I want to take a minute and just acknowledge some people that have been listening in. So, hello to you, Cecilia Less. She is my fellow presenter, and she was just letting us know that she is tuned in. We also have Amanda McDonald tuned in, as well as Shawnee Peterson. She's saying hello to all of us. Then, not too many people, because I actually only scheduled the show yesterday, but we have you, Whitney, dropping us a message. Thank you, Whitney, and Dr. Nubi also. So awesome. Thank you, ladies. We will have someone else joining us later on, but in the meantime, how about we dive into the topic? I want to ask, this is going to be the first question for you, ladies. What is empowerment to you? What is empowerment to you? And let's see. You want to go in reverse order, maybe? Yvette, would you like to share what does empowerment mean to you?
Absolutely. To me, empowerment is, again, coming from that inner strength, knowing that you can make the right choice to do something in your life, and also to know when you might need to wait to do something in your life. But it's feeling that inner empowerment, that inner strength, in absence of a presence of calmness and an absence of fear and concern that you aren't worthy. And I want to mention, even knowing when you shouldn't do something. So I have the opportunity to go to seminary. I was very excited because I do want to get some more religious training. And there's a lot going on in life. So I got accepted, yay. And I've made the decision to defer for a year. And when I made the decision, it was full of peace. There was no anxiety. There was no, I was empowered to make the decision because I knew it was the right one for me. They're going to hold my admission for a year and my scholarship too, which is helpful. Because I have family members that are ill. We just moved into a house in less than a year. It's a little crazy, but I don't feel lesser or weaker to make this decision. I'm empowered to make this decision because I know it's right for me, and I feel bold about it, and I feel, again, empowered to do so. Even though I'm deciding to wait, I'm making a conscious choice.
Wow. Thank you. Nubi, you ready? You're on mute.
Sorry, I don't know how that happened. Don't know. Anyway, yes, I'm ready. So, I had lots of things literally going around in my head. But for me, it is about being you, truly being you, being yourself. And that comes with a couple of things which are absolutely crucial to this. It's courage. It's having the courage and the curiosity to look inwards and truly align yourself with your values, your passions, your purpose, and what inspires you. And it's making those choices in alignment of that. And very often, these are all very beautiful words. And when you're in the real doldrums, when you're in that black hole of complete, utter despair, this is almost nigh near impossible. It's like, what the hell? What are you talking about even? But it's having that courage to go, you know what? It's okay. I'm not on my own. It's having the courage to step into your own vulnerability and reach out, knowing always I am worthy, I am good enough. That for me is where all of this then comes through. But there are steps to this, and it's not easy, but it's really having that trust. That's the thing that combines this all together. But it is being you, your boldest, brightest, bravest, most badass self. And you can create the life you want. You can create what your desires are. You really can. And it's, that to me is empowerment. And I am literally tingling top to toe as I'm saying this. So thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. So yeah, I hadn't prepared any of this. It's just what came to me as I was just listening and thinking, and my bells are going off.
You've been glitterified. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Whitney.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I like how Yvette and Nupi both mentioned worthiness. I feel that really ties in with my initial thought, which was that empowerment is recognizing your own agency. And I think that's really tied into, really recognizing the innate value that everyone has, right? And that you personally have. And so I think it's this combination of agency and then also confidence in yourself to, use that agency and make those decisions that are really in alignment with who you are, like Nupi was saying. That's what I
love that. Thank you. Michelle.
Hey.
What is empowerment to you, my friend?
Yeah. So I resonate with all the wonderful ladies. And so what I do is I go on the flip side. And for me, empowerment is those things, and being okay with not being okay, and the days that I fuck up. That's empowerment for me, because the days I F up, for not saying it again, I know this is a nice program. It's the days that I need to be the strongest, that I need to empower me. It's not the days where everything is hunky-dory, or the 2 minutes after I wake up where I go, oh, I love my life, and then something messes up. It's the days where my feet hurt, my head hurt, or I've just had a day at work where everyone was their own wonderful selves. So that's empowerment. Now, a lot of times since 2020, when I've been on speaking for women empowerment, also with a lot of women from India, and I was preparing to give this wonderful speech about empowerment because I'm from Denmark, and I wanted to say, yeah, but we need to empower men too, because in Denmark it's actually tipping. The tipping point is that men need to be empowered too, because women are really empowered. So yeah,
wow.
So that's actually also so. But I was getting ready and everything, and then luckily all these wonderful women, powerful, empowered women from India, they started, and one said, we don't need to be empowered, because talking about women being empowered actually says that then we don't have power.
Yeah.
So being mindful of that we don't need anyone else to empower us. I don't know about you guys, but if anyone comes to me and say, do you want my help? I go, no. Really? You don't think I can do it myself? So yeah, but I'm working on that, by the way.
Mhm.
But yeah, the empowerment and where it starts, that, and they were so strong, and they are so strong, and said, yeah, but we need to teach it to our children. Needs to be a conscious shift. It's not about women getting the better choice because we are women and we need to be empowered. It's about us empowering ourselves and getting out there,
Mm.
but not by being men, but by being women. So yeah, and being okay with not being okay.
Mm. Mm. Wow.
Love that.
Yeah.
I hadn't
Do you
prepared it, but I really
No,
feel
that's
it.
fine.
Mm.
I agree with you. Nupi, did you want to follow up with something?
Yeah, I did. How could you tell? I was like literally tapping away. It's about recognizing, you know what? I don't need anybody else's approval or validation for that matter. I am plenty good enough as I am in this here and the now. And as I was thinking, as Michelle was talking, and I was just reflecting back lately of things that have been going on, in my personal life, it's the ability, whatever's coming at you, it's the ability to. I got an image of being on a surfboard and those waves are literally crashing at you and you're literally, oh my God. And it's finding that balance on your surfboard to keep riding the waves. And yeah, you might wipe out. Yes, you might tumble, fall, but it's the ability of getting back on, taking the lesson, growing forward from it,
Mm.
whatever that might be, because there is always a flip side. And Michelle, you actually said 2 of my F's on my F list, which are fuck off, focus, breathe, and flip. That's the first 3.
Oh my
And
gosh.
that is all about empowering self. Fuck off to those thoughts, the things that bog you down. It's okay. Thank you for reminding me. It's working with your shadow critical self. And it's there to
Mm.
remind you certain things. The focus and the breathe, you're taking your power back. You are
Mm.
staying in respond mode as opposed to knee jerk react. And it's okay. It's okay if you are reactive, but
Mm.
recognize it. You can claw it, you can just claw it back, literally. Flip side. That is
Mm.
flipping the perspective. What else could this be showing me? And
Mm.
it's that helps you go through those tumbleweed moments, those, ridiculously stressful things that just that's life. Those are the twists and
Mm.
the turns. That is life. It's how you
Mm.
navigate it. And it's being okay to delve deep
Mm.
into that shadow zone, because very often that is what helps you to come through, and you come out the other end. Oh, right, okay, manage that one. Okay, right, this is okay for now, waiting for the
Mm.
next wave to hit, kind of thing. But knowing
Mhm.
you've done. So that's what really came to my mind when Michelle was speaking, and I was like, oh, let's share
Mm.
this.
Thank you. Um, yes, this is a family show, by the way, so we need to be
Sorry,
careful with the F bombs.
I
But
won't do any more.
it's okay. So from what I'm hearing, it's really allowing ourselves to be us, to show up as ourselves,
Mhm.
and then um, step into our power, regardless of what is going on all around us.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Thank you. I
Yeah.
think we've lost Yvette. Yvette, let me know when you're back on. So let's have a look at the comments. I see Whitney said, I think she's exclaiming about something that Yvette said about the concern that you aren't worthy. That's so much, so fire. I love that. She also says empowerment and self acceptance. Wow. Wow, yeah. It's yeah, self acceptance is a big thing, right?
Mm.
Something that I think not many people get to until probably at least after the age of 30, 35, where we step into ourselves and really just embrace who it is that we are. Um, and Whitney also says that's a powerful thought. I think that was also in response to something that Yvette had to say. We have Catherine Lang. Hello, Catherine. She says, stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to live your uniqueness. They don't know you, so they don't know when, where, or how you need to go. Wow. I need to say that again.
I love that.
Yeah, she says, stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to live your uniqueness. They don't know you, so you don't know when, where, or how you need to go. Be beautiful. Mm,
Love
wow.
that.
Thank you. Catherine is also an amazing Wonder Woman. She says here, the more you know you, the more you can embrace you. But until you quit allowing they to tell you who you are, you will
Yes.
struggle to know you. Wow.
Yeah.
Right? I think we just
Mm.
need to sit in that.
Yes.
I feel like we just need to sit and just absorb that. I have Oh my gosh, Shani says, Inga, you really pronounce my name and surname so beautiful. Not everyone says it like that. Thank you. And then Cecilia says she loves Catherine's comment. Be beautiful. Wow. Yes, what a beautiful, beautiful comment. Thank you, Catherine. No problem, Yvette. She just dropped me a note. So, ladies, we have reached the halfway mark already. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Yeah. So, I have a question. Um, can you share with us an experience where either you were empowered or you empowered someone else, please? Um, whoops. I'm going to start with you, Michelle. With you, Michelle. If you can share an experience, either your own or where you empowered somebody, um, that would be awesome. And I know you must have lots of stories. You're on mute, by the way. Um, just
Okay.
don't talk about me.
No? Okay. They are good stories. No. Juicy. No. Yeah, I do. I do. So beep. No. I do. I do have a lot of stories of being empowered. So now, actually, the thing is, I have a lot of stories, but there is one that I can feel that is wanting to surface, and that is the topic is abusive relationships. Now,
Mm,
I've been, I don't know how many here who have been in a abusive relationship, but I have. Um, and uh, I got empowered. I've told these stories a lot of times by having my daughter. So I have some videos on my YouTube where I also talk about that she literally saved my life by choosing me and her father to being her parents. I want to underline that her father really have worked on himself. So they have a wonderful relationship today, and we do speak, and he does his best because um, an abusive relationship doesn't always start when you think it starts, because lots of people, and I'm going to say people because that's all, women and men, they abuse themselves first and after. So uh, sometimes when I speak with people and I ask them, or they tell me that they have been in a abusive relationship, I ask, "Are you out of it?" And they say, "Yes." "Are you sure?" I ask. And they go, "Why?" Because how do you treat yourself? How do we treat ourselves? So my journey, getting out of that abusive relationship, is still ongoing. I'm getting better, and it got really better after me getting 40. My line was 40. I stopped with a lot of things and I stopped saying no. But I have no one else could abuse myself as much as I did, or I have done, and sometimes still do. You know, that critic inside. So so empowering myself, doing journaling, meditation, doing workouts, being good to my health with eating right, so on, so on, so on. That's my empowerment story for myself. But my power, my power from outside and from inside came me becoming a mom. So yeah.
Wow. You're so right, actually. Because I guess if we are not in an abusive relationship with ourselves, it would be difficult to allow someone else to abuse us, right?
Exactly.
Mm.
And the thing is, it's not our fault that people treat us bad, but it's damn right our responsibility to not be in those situations, or get away from them as fast as we can and start treating ourselves with the respect that we should have and love. So it's always our responsibility. And people go, "No, it's not my responsibility that and that person are mean to me." Yes, it is. It's not your fault, but it's your responsibility if you're still there. Always.
Wow. Okay. So just to recap what we've been doing, initially when we started the conversation, we spoke about what does empowerment mean to all the ladies that are on this panel. And now I hear an echo. And now we are talking about their empowerment stories. So what does or share an empowerment story with us, asking them to share an empowerment story with us so that where they were the one that was being empowered or the one empowering. So I see somebody that has joined us, but I'm waiting for her to give me the go ahead to bring her on screen. Are you good? Okay. Hello, Billy. Thank you for coming to join us. You're on mute. Won't you please let everyone know who you are and what you do?
Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late, joining a bit late the show. I'm Biliana, and I'm a corporate mindfulness coach. I teach people how to be good to themselves and to have a very fulfilled life and mindful to themselves and to the others around.
I love that. And You honestly, you just look so peaceful today. Um, yes.
I was late as I had 1 hour meditation with my classes, and right after this I had 1 hour of corporate mindfulness class of having a very specific technique what I gave them. And everyone was like, we're in such a peace.
Yeah,
So right after I finished with them, I jumped on screen here. So yeah.
I see.
I can
Could
feel
you
it.
share with us?
Thank
Can you
you.
share with us, Billy, what does empowerment mean to you?
I changed the meaning of empowerment throughout the years, I have to say. And today, if I have to explain it in words, that would be to tap into my own powers, um, literally to go inside my body and tap into my heart, tap into my own strength, and tap into my own energy. And see the light. Every one of us have that light. So the moment when I tap into my light, then I can feel that empowerment internally, and then I can go and give it to the people around. So
Mm,
it's the physicality leading to the energy what we feel right now, leading to how I feel, and then therefore how I look, most probably. So yeah.
mm. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Thank you, Michelle, for your story. Let me ask Whitney, do you have a story that you can share with us?
Yeah, what actually came to my mind has been kind of an ongoing source of empowerment. I've been part of a couple of different coaching groups with other professional women with ADHD. I've been doing that for, let's see, a year and a half now, I believe. And for me, I've found that to be really empowering because it's helped me to, I think, really accept myself in new and deeper ways than I had before, because I understand myself a lot better, right? Part of what we've learned through our different groups is, you know, just more about ADHD. So I'm understanding my brain more, understanding my behaviors more, and recognizing, really what's within my control and what I can do. Um, so it's given me that sense of agency back as well, and also created, a sense of community. And I found that to be really personally empowering.
I love that. Can you share with us how long ago were you actually diagnosed with ADHD?
Yeah, so I'm definitely a prime example of a late diagnosed woman. I know that was kind of a bigger story in the last couple of years with some older women being diagnosed kind of, during COVID, a little after COVID, because there was this huge proliferation really of information about ADHD on Instagram and TikTok and things like that. So I was, I think it was like 34, 35 when I was diagnosed. And yeah, a lot about my life is really just kind of starting to make sense to me. It's interesting.
Wow. I love that you've had this opportunity to be empowered in this sense, because definitely I can imagine what it must have been like. I remember you and I having a conversation about it. Was it a year ago, maybe? When you explained that, certain things you couldn't cope with and you didn't understand why. And then after your diagnosis, you were like, oh, that's why. That's a
Yeah.
beautiful example of empowerment.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us. Let's see. Nupi?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, I'm ready. So sharing, I guess, my story, because that's where I've gone on to help others, and it really was a defining moment. And that for me was when I was utterly burnt out completely, and I didn't even really know I did know, but I didn't. I wasn't accepting, and I was soldiering on constantly until I literally physically couldn't do it anymore. Emotionally, physically, just broken is how it felt. And I just remember allowing myself to accept the help and allowing myself to be guided. And it was really one step at a time. But it was from that I got to learn almost, or relearn, what actually are my needs even. What are they? And am I valuing them? Because clearly I wasn't. And it was through that complete, utter breakdown that all my healing journey started. And allowing that process, oh my God, I remember it to this day. I mean, it was a heck of a long time ago now. And it was painful and it was difficult. And, as you're learning more things about yourself, it suddenly starts to click and come into place. And it's that know thyself, really truly understand, because it's from that you get to, from that understanding that you have more insight, and from that your awareness is expanded. And that's the key, because it's from that all of a sudden, possibilities start opening up more. You get to see, okay, what am I flipping that perspective? What other choices could I have, etc.? How else could I look at this? And that for me changed. Well, when I say change, it's everything that was, I guess, a lot of it was subconscious, I guess, as well. And it literally came into my conscious. And that's how I've empowered myself. Everything I've gone on to share with the F list, for example, is everything I've learned, and then some, and then gone on to discover more. And it's an ever evolving journey anyway. So it was from that. But the biggest thing that allowed the whole process was not very elegantly, but just crash bang down there, face down flat in what felt like this stench mud. It was awful. But it was from, I wouldn't change it for anything though, because it was my blessing. Truly.
Beautiful.
It was because of what happened and how it happened. Those are my gifts. That's exactly how I learned how to value myself, understand what my needs were, take ownership of them, and assimilate this so that it's mind, body, soul the whole way. And that is how I empower my patients, my clients. And it's recognition, it's everything in a little nutshell of, what are my needs? How do I take ownership of them? What are those basic baby steps that I need or should or could take to empower myself? And that's exactly what everything I've learned for myself is what I share. And it's to help others gain more understanding, gain more insight, and expand their awareness. At the end of the day, it's down to choice. That's the key here. You can guide, you can help, you can show, but at the end of the day, it's down to self. And that's so important. It's so important.
Love
Very
it.
often, even with patients, when I'm seeing people at the beginnings of their journey, and this is not just emotional stuff, it's understanding what your body's saying to you, and it's connecting the mind, body, soul. And very often people coming in and it's, I don't value my needs. And I said, and it's almost, okay, well, this is that safe space. I value your needs and I'm not going to accept I'm okay. Nah. No, there is another way. Where is your choice going to go? And it's simplifying it when everything feels far from simple. Kind of went off on a tangent there, but that is how I guess I continue to check in with myself and take that necessary time out when it's needed, because I value me. I care for me. And it's then showing by example, I guess. Otherwise, it's not authentic and it's not sustainable. And
Yes.
you can see it. You can tell. I can tell in a heartbeat. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Wow. I want to say just quickly to those that can hear and not see, Nupi is all about glitter and she has chimes. So that's what you're hearing. It's the chimes. It's the
Do I keep
chimes
knocking?
behind
Oh,
her. It's okay. It's okay. It's part of you. But it's the chimes that you hear. So thank you, Nupi.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Yvette is back with us. So hi. And I want to say, um, Nupi, when you started what you started off with know thyself. And that is the perfect segue to speak to Beliana because she has helped me to know myself through the course that she teaches called Wise Up. Um, Billy, tell us your empowerment story, please.
the one of the deepest empowerment time in my life was when I fall in love with a man who got me completely me unaware of and without my permission into financial scam, and left me without any money, borrowing money from friends so I can get out of the whole situation. And at some point, I'm based in London, so I spoke with the FCA, with a lot of authorities, who basically said we can't do anything about it. So you can imagine the whole feeling of being protected. No, not at all. Having a
Wow.
lot of help from the government, zero, not at all. And usually, when previously in my life, I felt I had moments when I felt on one knee with broken heart because of relationships. I had moments when I felt on one knee because of financial situations, but I never felt before that on my both knees, completely knocked down. So I literally took myself away from everything and everyone, and I allowed myself to go deeper into a very deep, deep depression, so I can understand and literally find myself again, and understand what it is to be a soul and an awareness living in a human experience. And it was a long journey of understanding myself and knowing this self indeed.
Wow.
And now when I look back, like Nupi, I wouldn't change a bit of it. All that suffering and and the long journey of self-healing, I wouldn't change it. And very lately, I looked back, and I also realized that most probably one of the many reasons my soul put me in such kind of a SHIT situation was because when I now speak with people, I can see the true self, the light in them. And I can also understand when people say that they're going through a lot of suffering, a lot of depression, hard time. I have to say that, yes, I did have hard time before that situation happened. But I was never depressed. I'm always like a lot of light, like very cheerful person. And that depression literally burned me down, and I was going deeper and deeper into the darkness nights. And now when I speak with people who are going through the same, I can really help them. Before that, I would give them some kind of an advice that they might help them, but now I can understand them. So I can give them what did work for me. And I'm talking of more than 1 year of like super deep depression, and getting out emotionally, mentally, financially, on all the levels to get yourself out of the whole downside. So allowing myself to dive deeper in the depression was quite hard, I have to say, because we are programmed when we go through such kind of a like really very shaky situations, we are programmed to get the hell out of there, like just run, like fight and flight mode straight away. Where I knew that if I go deeper and deeper, I will learn a lot more rather than trying to find a way to get out. So luckily, I've been always following my intuition, and my intuition was saying to write a journal every day, all the time. I was just writing journal, and I haven't opened my journals. Like there were quite a lot of notebooks written there, and most probably I will be surprised what I will read. But at some point, I will open and I'll read it and really share some of those stories as of how I got out of the whole depression. But sometimes, and quite often nowadays, we live in a modern time where nothing what we know works anymore. And running away is not anymore the way to fix situations, fix your emotions. But diving deeper into your emotion is what really heals us.
Yes.
And it's exactly the opposite of what we've been taught and for centuries.
Yeah.
So yeah, allowing my biggest lesson was just to allow myself to learn whatever my soul planned to learn, and to fully deeply trust my soul that where I am is exactly the place, and like mental place and emotional place where I should be, and move from there onwards.
Wow. 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 I don't know what to say in follow up to that. I'm just like, yeah, that I think many
And that
of
helped
us.
me to do the Wise Up course, and that helped me to help, other people.
Yes.
Fast
Yes.
forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing though, right? Like when we go through a difficult time, I'll I don't know, we just feel like we need to run. Speaking of running, I see Michelle needs to leave. So Michelle, just share with us, where can people find you, please?
It helps if people can hear me first. So then you can find me. Then you can find me on LinkedIn. That's the first and best place right now. But I also have a YouTube channel. So yeah, but find me on LinkedIn and then write to me if you need a perspective change or just want to chat. So, but love you all
Awesome.
and thank you so much for being you, all of you. I'm wishing you a wonderful Easter. Sending you a lot of love.
Thank you, Mish.
Bye
Be
bye.
blessed. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I want to say, yeah, when we are going through a difficult time, the first thing that we want to do is just to get out of it, right? And that is something that I became aware of when I attended Billy's course, because I was given the advice to sit in it, whatever it is that I'm going through, just to sit in it and to feel all my feelings and deal with that, not run away. So thank you, Billy. It was an amazing course. Let me bring you on, Yvette. Won't you please share your empowerment story with us?
Thank you, and I'm glad I'm back. I'm sorry I missed some of the wonderful testimonies from the ladies here. Probably, I mean, there's been a lot. There's been a lot, but I'd say probably the biggest is going through a divorce, which is not any grand story. Many women have gone through divorce, but I was married to a man with bipolar disorder. And I didn't know this when I entered into the marriage. We both thought that he had Epstein-Barr syndrome, which is chronic fatigue syndrome. So he was fatigued all the time, tired all the time, but would begin to sleep, 15, 20 hours a day. It was like I was in a marriage that it was just myself, basically. And, but I tell you, I did feel trapped, but I also felt obligated because I had taken my marriage vows and I was very committed to that. And unfortunately, there was some behavior he began to engage in related to his disorder, which was a depressive disorder. I know somebody was talking about depression earlier. Bipolar disorder, there's two kinds, and maybe there's more than two, but the two major ones are manic and depressive. And in his case, he would have a depressive disorder and then would have manic phases or manic episodes, usually twice a year. And it was like clockwork. I knew when they were coming on. But he began to really, not take care of himself, because there's lots of people who have bipolar disorder who are in small groups and who take care of their health and eat right and exercise and all of that, in addition to just taking medication. Don't get me started on mental health medication, because you have to do more than that, which I'm sure everybody on here agrees with. Talk therapy, everything. But he didn't do that. And so toward the end, I had to make a decision. I had to be empowered to leave that situation. And I hated to do it. I felt that I had failed in the marriage. I felt that I had broken, the vows that I had, said that I was, till death do us part. But I also felt that I was empowering him, or really the word is enabling. I was enabling him to not get better because I was the strong person, right? So, but I did, and of course, I'm a religious person, so I prayed to my creator, and I felt empowered to leave that situation, even though he's not a bad person. Now, the interesting thing is that he passed away of natural causes within 5 years of the divorce. I'm not a widow, but it's like feels weird, right? So I went to his
Mm.
funeral and saw my former in-laws, and it was strange. But that was difficult. Now I will say that after that, I went kind of on a journey to discover myself and my relationship with the God I believe in. And I was unable to do that when I was in that relationship. So kind of went on a journey. Everything that I'm doing now, the podcast, the ministry, it didn't happen until 2020. A lot of people during the pandemic, there was some transformation, right? We've all seen that. But that divorce was 2003. It took me that long, from 2003 to 2018, 19, 20, because there were some things rumbling under the surface even before the pandemic, for me to know that I was worthy, I was loved. And even though I hate to make that decision, I was empowered to make that decision for myself. And that is probably the biggest thing, because I think it led to a lot of other things.
Wow. Wow.
And I still, his father's passed on, but I still talk to his stepmom occasionally. And I mean, they understood that I had to do what I had to do. They basically told me it's okay. They gave me permission to feel okay about it. They were good people.
Wow. I love that. And I want to echo just, whatever we went through or whatever we're going through, it adds to our experience and empowers us as we go along, right? I know, Dr. Nupi, you need to get to work. So won't you please just let everyone know where we can find you, and then you can go.
I keep
You're on
forgetting I was
mute.
on mute.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. And I was like going, oh, I'm logging on at the same time, trying to multitask. Literally. What was the question, Inga? Sorry.
Where can people find you?
Right. Yes. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can get hold of me through my Calendly link or direct message me. And you can also find me every Monday, 8 p.m. GMT, which is 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. And that's my live stream show, Live with the Glitter Practitioner. And I have inspiring, beautiful, amazing guests, and we just chat and share wisdom. So yes, you can find me every Monday. So that's basically me in a nutshell. Yeah, that's how you'll find me. Thank you, Inga. This has been beautiful today.
Thank you. It has been awesome to have you. Any final thoughts, or do you really have to go right now?
I can. What time is it? It's okay. I'm kind of logging on at the same time. I really don't want to leave. That's the thing.
But there's others. Well, we all need to wrap up. But just share, what is your final thought about empowerment with us?
Be you with friggin' bells on, which is my bells. That's actually the meaning. My first name means, Nupi means tinkling of the bells. Aurora is light. And the glitter is, oh my gosh, Biliana, when you were talking about seeing, I can see, yes, when I see patients, I can see it in their eye. I know and I'm guided. I know I am. And it is combining the conventional medical model of care with so much more. And that's the core foundation of health and well-being. And that's the glitter. It's the light I see come back in somebody's eyes, sparkling. Hence, glitter practitioner was there. And I'm obsessed with glitter anyway. But my final thoughts are, yes, you have everything within you to be your boldest, brightest, most badass self. And that is truly being you with bells on. And that's what I want to leave with everybody.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Nupi. I'll see you soon, hopefully.
Yes. I better focus and get logged on, actually. Thank you. And it's been
It's a
beautiful
pleasure.
to meet everybody. And I'm going to be sending connection requests if I've not already connected with all of you. So thanks, Inga. Really
It's a
beautiful.
pleasure. Thank you.
Happy birthday, by the way. Celebrations.
It's a celebration of the show. It's the show's
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
So
That's what I
yes,
meant.
thank
That's what I
you.
meant. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Nupi.
Okay.
See you soon.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Whitney. And then there were 4. Whitney, where can people find you and what are your final thoughts?
Find me here on LinkedIn. I do try to be here in the comments on your other Wonder Woman Wednesday shows and whenever you have a Friday show, so people can catch me
Thank
here
you.
as well. My final thoughts about empowerment are I think it really starts with deeply knowing yourself and going on your own healing journey.
Mm,
And
you.
that, yeah, there's so much power in that for you individually and then for everyone around you.
Wow. Thank you, Whitney. Wishing you a wonderful Easter.
Yes,
Be blessed.
thank you for having me. Bye, everyone.
It's a pleasure. Billy, are you fine if Yvette goes? Is that fine? Okay. Yvette, won't you please let everyone know where they can find you and your final thoughts for the conversation?
Absolutely. You can find me at my website, positivelyjoy.com. If you are interested in having a speaker on joy and peace and finding your way out of chaotic situations through using joy and peace, my speaker website is Yvette Babs, B-A-B-S, Walker.com. And I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn. So it's fairly easy to follow, to find me.
Beautiful.
I just want to thank you so much, Inger. This was empowerment's a wonderful topic. It's so perfect to celebrate a birthday with, the birthday of the show, anniversary, maybe we should say. But I like birthday. I like saying birthday too. And so I would say that even though we all may have different beliefs, I think we've all shared the same sentiments to a degree, in that we need to trust ourselves. We need to understand that we have it within us. We need to choose. We need to make a choice to not embrace fear, to cast away all fear. Because if you don't do that, you're just going to keep that all wrapped up inside you, and you will not feel empowered to do a single thing. And I think that so many of the messages today really worked well with each other. And the women, so beautiful. And so
wow,
you as the connector, I just want to thank you so much.
it's a pleasure. I don't know. So when you and I met last year, I didn't share, but I did share one of it, but I had 2 words last year. Did I tell you that?
Tell me what they are again.
My focus words for last year were peace and joy.
Oh, yes. You did tell me that.
I know I told you joy. I know I told you about
I
joy,
know
but
you
I
told me
didn't
joy
know.
for sure, but
I didn't know about
it
the
makes
peace
sense
part.
because I've begun to work peace in, because only will you find peace through choosing the joy.
Yes.
And I was just talking to someone this week. They made a decision, and through the decision, it was a difficult decision, but when they made it, they were at peace. They no longer had anxiety and all these things. And so I think the peace comes, and another phrase is that passes understanding. Lean not on our own understanding. Sometimes that is a phrase you may hear from scripture. But I think that when we do choose to not sit in our anxiety, sit in our fear, sit in whatever way we think that we are not worthy, when we do that, we don't find peace. And when you let all that go, you find peace. So peace and joy definitely go hand in hand.
Absolutely. Thank you, Yvette. Wishing you a wonderful Easter. And
Thank
let's catch up
you.
soon.
Yes, for
It's a pleasure.
sure.
Thank you for being here.
Bye. Bye, Biliana.
Bye bye.
And what
Billy,
are the 2 words for 2024?
I have one word, not two this year.
Okay, what's the word?
Intentional.
That's good.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, God actually gives me the word. Um, God gives me my focus word. And last year I had peace and joy, and I realized that exactly what Yvette said was that, when you focus on establishing your peace, only then can you manifest your joy. And that's really a lesson that I learned. And now I'm intentional. This is my word for this year. And continuing also in the pursuit of peace and joy, always. I don't think I will ever discard those two.
And if you think, I know this is your show, but you know that I'm a queen of questions. If one day you decide to be the guest of your own show, I would love to host on behalf of you and question you. It
Okay.
will be my absolute pleasure. So think about this. Like right now is literally end of March, which is 3 months already in 2024. And think about now everything that happened just for 3 months. It's a lot happening right now in every one of our lives. All of you listening right now, put it in the comments what's happening in your life. Like, what is the three biggest, think about the three biggest things that happen just for 3 months. It's just crazy. A lot happening.
Yes.
And now link it, you Inga, link it with intentional.
Yeah.
I'm sure everything that happened so far in that year is like really pushing you sometimes towards like, can you intentionally take decisions? Can you intentionally transform like the butterfly? Can you intentionally change without even knowing the final result and the destination, but just like know that this is your path. It's talking about empowerment. This is exactly what all of us are experiencing in 2024, just to stop asking what is the end result, stop asking where you're heading, and just trusting that the path you're stepping on is the right path, because it's your intuition, your internal voice, and God, universe, regardless, source, how we call it. Just knowing that this is your time and this is your path and this is your place to be.
I have to tell you something. You know that I didn't know what you were going to say, obviously, but I will say that I thought you were going to ask me is there one thing that I've been doing intentionally? And I was going to tell you, so I'm going to tell you now.
Go on.
I have been intentional in surrendering, intentional in waiting on God, really, to orchestrate things on my behalf. Yeah, that's crazy that you basically said the same thing. So yes, that's what I've been doing. Of course, like something happens and then maybe upsets me or kind of throws me off because I don't expect it. And I give myself grace and time to kind of be in it. But then after that, I'm like, you know what? There's nothing I can do. I just need to surrender. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
Wow.
put both of us on equal size, please. So this is much better, so I can see more of you.
Oh my gosh. Do you have time to stick around? I want to look at the comments.
Yeah, go
Do you
ahead.
have time?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Thank you. Sorry, guys. You guys have been so part of this. So Dinah, I'm not sure if you're still here, but she said, beautiful story. And then Catherine said, I'm not responsible for the wounds, but I am responsible for the healing. Oh, yeah. And what else? Whitney says, that sounds amazing, Billy. And Noopy's been saying that she loves this. Whitney came back and said, how often do women feel like they have to soldier on like that? It's heartbreaking. We do. We do feel that we need to. We need to soldier on. And then she says, self-awareness is such a gift. I have found that it's increased my empathy. Oh, beautiful. And then Catherine said, yes, if you aren't learning, then you aren't growing. And if you aren't growing, then there's only one other direction to go. Yes. If you aren't growing, you're dying. Wow. Catherine also says, your needs and hurts are validated simply because they are. Because you are. You are on a unique journey and a unique path and on a unique path, and you will never compare to others. Wow, beautiful. Nubi says that quick fixes are sticky plasters. They only work for so long. Wow. Wow. Whitney also came back and she said, can you read this for us, please?
It's such a good point. Escapism is avoidance, doesn't lead to healing. Facing the difficulties and working through them does.
Yeah. Yeah. We want to run away, right? That's the first thing that we want to do. But allowing yourself to just go into that depression. Wow. And Catherine says, the more you know you, the harder it becomes for others to talk you out of your purpose. Wow. Thank you, Catherine. And Nupi says, sharing our experiences, our journeys, is how we can empower each other and many, many more. Exactly. Oh, please read this.
You cannot do the healing work for other people, says Whitney.
Wow. And then Catherine, final comment, Catherine says, be intentional, know you, and make a little bit of movement. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, Billy, yeah. I'm approaching the end of my show on radio. We were supposed to finish 25 minutes earlier already on here. But anyway, please share your final thoughts with us and let everyone know where they can find you, Billy.
If you all feel that you are in such kind of situations, regardless what is the background and the story behind, and nothing worked so far of everything what you've been trying to do, ask yourself if you're resisting right now, and stop the resistance. really stop the resistance. It's everything that we know is not going to work in 2024. We need to find our own ways to deal with life, to deal with situations, and to find that internal power and that internal strength. I'm not talking about like strength, like well, you can do it, you can absolutely do it, you can go through it, like you can break walls with your head. No, the new life we've got is not expected from us to bang your head on the wall or to demolish walls with your head. The new ways is to stop, to look what is in front of you, and to take yourself out of the details and see literally just to let go and to surrender to whatever happens, it happens. The moment when we start surrendering, you're going to find out that you start moving much faster, with much faster speed and pace. And the more you're trying to control situations, people, stories, the more you're going to get yourself into round holes, like running around in circles. So yeah, it sounds easy. I'm not saying it's easy to do it, but this is the way. Just surrender to allow what is, surrender, and just trust yourself, trust your soul, and fully trust that whatever you're going through right now, it is your soul knowing that you can absolutely go through what you're going through. Otherwise, your soul would never put you in that situation. So that is empowerment. Empowerment is actually to surrender, to allow yourself to be in situations, to allow yourself just to be, and to trust fully. That is empowerment.
Yes. Wow. You have been part of my empowerment journey. So thank you, Bali. Yeah, you're so
Much
right.
to you.
Much love. So people can find you
On LinkedIn as Biljana Georgieva. Tongue twister as a name, I know. But if you know Inga, I'm one of your contacts.
Yes.
And
Wow.
you can find me as Biljana on YouTube as well. You can find me on Facebook, everywhere, basically, with my full name, Biljana Georgieva. And yeah, looking forward to connect with all of you and share.
Awesome. Thanks, Bali. Thank you so much. Be blessed. Have an amazing evening. I know it's getting late there. So you are joining us all the way from
Bulgaria today. It is 10 p.m. right now.
Awesome. Thank you, Bones. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
And if you're still watching and listening, thank you for being here with us. I want to read a comment that I received from Shani Peterson. She says, I have a personal statement whereby I always say, be present for and in your emotions. Allow yourself to feel and experience your emotions. Wow. I love it. Thank you, Shani. And I know we need to wrap up. It's getting to that time. So I want to leave you with a quote. This to me just embodies what we've been talking about because, no, regardless of your experience, regardless of your background, which country you're from, what your life experience has been, the best way to be empowered really is to be you. That is what empowerment truly is. Be you, show up authentically, and allow yourself to be the person that you are meant to be. Trust who you need to be to show up. So thank you, everyone. Make it an amazing, amazing rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you find yourself, and be blessed. Remember, we are live on radio still, so come on over and join us on africa.co.za, and I'll see you next week for another episode of Wonder Women Wednesday, where we get to highlight ordinary women making an extraordinary difference. Come on over to Africa Online Radio to hear the final wrap up for the show. Thank you so much. Be blessed.